So it's summertime, and there's plenty of tickets to go buy. Whether it's a Guardians game or concerts, I think I have like 11 or 12 concerts lined up, and I get all of my tickets now through Game Time. It's great. You can save up to 60% off by buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, and theater. They're all in pricing, so there's no surprise fees at checkout. Is great. You get a panoramic view of the seat you're going to buy, so you never are surprised by anything through Game Time. It's fantastic. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and you can use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but just create an account and redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And over the weekend, we heard for the first time since he was let go as head coach of the Cavaliers from JB Bickerstaff. He was on a radio show with Brian Scalabrine and someone else who I'm drawing a blank on.
Frank Isola.
Frank Isola from the New York Daily News, right? New York Daily News, New York Post?
No, I don't know who he's with. I think he just does radio now.
Frank Isola, who's on Around the Horn, plus Brian Scalabrine. And he had a comment that was interesting to say the least. Ant, when ready, let's hear from JB Bickerstaff.
This is the guy that was taking shots in his ribs so that he could go out and play, right? He was playing through pain. He wasn't complaining. He was still playing 40-plus minutes trying to go out and get it done. So give him the opportunity to learn from it. Now, if something happens multiple times, and, then I think you have the opportunity to critique. But if a guy in his first chance in the finals trying to carry a team, and be honest, his team was outmatched by the Boston Celtics and, still made it the challenge and still performed at a high level. Now, room for improvement, sure, but give the guy credit for the job that he did.
Now, that's interesting. He talked about getting a shot in the ribs, which, as Jason and his colleagues at The Athletic reported, is something that Jarrett Allen did not do during the Cavs playoff run. And then about an hour after that clip made its way onto social media, Donovan Mitchell took to his Instagram account and posted this, which is a picture of him and Jarrett hugging. I'm not sure if the hand placement is intentional, but it's right around the ribs, Jason.
I think it's more the hug.
More the hug. Now, we had the report last week. That Donovan did not want the Cavs to trade Jarrett Allen because they're good friends. He likes having him as a teammate. Jason, did you take what JB said as a shot at Jarrett Allen, and then how do you take what Donovan posted in response, or was it a response?
I think Donovan, it was a response. And listen, we've reported at length. It was basically Donovan or JB, and the player's going to win that every time. So we know how that went down. I was surprised by JB's I can tell you with 100% certainty, JB loves Jarrett Allen. Like, I talked to him multiple times about JA, and just even when he was hurt, how much he loved the guy and what competitor he was. So I have a hard time believing that he was taking an intentional shot at Jarrett, just knowing how much he does like and respect him. But that was a wild it was a wild comment to make, sort of unprompted. So I'm really sort of torn on where to come down on that, because it did look like but that's so out of character for JB.
I know.
It's so out of character for him to do that. That's why I have to think it's like some weird coincidence, because he is not that guy. There are tons of passive-aggressive people in the NBA who would do that. JB's not that guy.
It's not. You can understand your player's decision, for not taking the shot, but still praise somebody else. Because like I told you before, when we talked about it before, everybody's different. You can't judge people off of what you would do in situations. You got to understand that he has his beliefs or whatever his case may be and his reasons, and you got to respect his reasonings. And if you care about him, you understand, all right, I respect your decision. I'm not going to judge you for it. But I feel like when JB's praising Luka for doing that, that tells you that if it was JB in that situation, that's what he's wired to do. That's how he probably grew up. That's how he was raised. If I can get out there, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't think that he's taking a shot at JA. I just think he's praising Luka because that it lines up to what he would do if he was that player. I think that's what that's more of.
I want to issue a correction. Yesterday was the anniversary of them winning. Shannon Fry was posting tweets about the celebration. Hand up, my bad. I apologize. He was posting celebration pics, parade pics, and so my bad. You guys are right.
It's almost like the guy who
and
covered
then
the
to
finals
answer the Donovan one.
Jason can't remember his ID 3 out of the 5 days in the league. All right, let's be honest. Even though he was there, His recollection
I
is not
lost
the
my
greatest.
keys in my car.
I know. So
I can't find them. They're in my car somewhere.
like today.
Yeah, right now.
So
Hey, my point exactly. But back to the JB Bickerstaff comment and the Mitchell response.
What? So your car just is unlocked.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's in this garage.
but I have other keys with me now. But I do have a fob in my car somewhere. I can't find it.
Have you gotten under the seat?
He'll find his keys. We will help Jason find his keys.
He wants to get back on top. It is a funny story, but he wants to get back on top.
I do because I have a point.
Go ahead.
You know better than I do, but I was in the locker room, I would say, for 30 games this year, regular season and postseason. I would say from my own two eyes, my own personal observations, no one had a closer relationship than Jarrett and JB. Like, those two were like this.
Loves him.
Like this.
Loves him.
So
yes, that's accurate.
when I heard that, I was like, no way.
Right?
No way is he taking a direct shot at Jarrett Allen. There's no way. Then I listened to it again. I said, well. Then I listened to it again. I'm like, well, damn. Then I listened again. I was like, holy shit. Then I listened again. No. And I went through this whole cycle and a roller coaster of where I know these, like, they are tight.
Yep.
To then he just put him on effing blast on national radio.
You think he would do that?
No, I don't. But I don't know how you listen to that and not connect the dots.
That's exactly where
and
I
then to
am.
hear, and then to see the response from Donovan Mitchell, who, like I said, it came out last week. Mark Steinrod reported that Donovan is telling the Cavs that he does not want the Cavs to trade Jarrett Allen because they're really good friends. They play very well on the court together.
So that means that he's resigning. He's
So,
resigning.
but to see the response, like to see the response from Mitchell, made me think that Mitchell took it as a shot that JB was taking at Jarrett Allen, and that was his response. And
I can wonder.
it is crazy just because the way you see it in the locker room, I don't think it was intentional, but I don't know how you hear that and not take it as a shot.
I bet you, I don't know this, but I'm willing to bet a good amount. I'm willing to bet a good amount. JB has sent JA a text about it.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Just to clear the air, like, I didn't mean it like that.
And to show how
probably right.
not passive aggressive JB is in most cases, he doesn't like doing media, but like when Jason asks a dumb question in media, he'll just say, Jason, you're an asshole, or Jason, I'm not answering that question. It happened many times this year. It did.
They were intentionally like.
I know, but that's what. But like,
questions.
I know, and I say that like
Yeah.
in jest. But if he didn't like something, he'd kind of give it right back to you.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wasn't he wasn't passive aggressive in. Well, just look at the bot. Like he wasn't a passive aggressive
No,
answer.
he and I had a very different relationship.
so like, but
from
like
how it started.
So
but
we've
yes.
seen him be
Yes.
very direct
Did y'all
in
like
responses.
each other?
Oh
Yeah, Jason and JB were.
It's rare. It's rare nowadays
For anyone to like me.
Yeah.
but my point is there's tangible evidence of JB not being a passive aggressive guy
Yes.
in situations where he very,
Yes.
very, very clearly could have been passive aggressive, and knowing their relationship, I don't know how you don't take it as a shot, even if it wasn't meant to be a shot.
I also
No pun intended, because we're talking about shots to the ribs.
I also think Donovan is a PR master.
Oh, 100%.
He is.
Yeah.
He is so good at the PR game,
Oh, yeah.
and this is an opportunity because he's taken a lot of heat for getting JB fired, and it's true. He can run from it all he wants.
You got to make sure you mention that every time.
Well, because
Donovan wanted
he
this.
He did, and like you can't run from it. That part's true. But he also, I think, this is an opportunity for him to see like the.
He wins the fans over
Yes.
because it's like,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
all Cleveland. I
Like,
want
yeah,
all my, I'm
I
sticking
got
up
you,
for
buddy.
my guy.
He's gone. We don't
Yeah.
have to worry about him anymore. I got you.
Yeah.
I do think there's an element of that to it. I 100% believe there's an element of that to it.
Well, did he win the fan bases over with that?
Of
Yes.
course.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now,
The player always wins.
but you know who really win him over? When he put a pen to the paper.
Yep.
That was you
Now,
didn't even need to do all of
He
that.
did post on Instagram this morning. He was en route back to the United States. I'm not sure where he was on vacation, somewhere international.
Putin Bay. Didn't you see the video of him in Putin Bay with the mountains in the background?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Was he
that was
Putin
good.
Bay?
No.
I was
He was
about to
somewhere,
say you
somewhere in the
are.
Swiss Alps, but someone tweeted, "This is Putin Bay, whatever it is." I gotta get over it. I still never been there.
You never been to Putin Bay? I've been a couple of times. I had a wild story, and I was with my girl was there. She's now my wife, obviously, but she was there with me, and this girl rode past me on like this golf cart, and she said something. I was with a group of friends. She said some very explicit stuff, and I looked right at my wife. Looked at my wife. It's like, did you see that? Did you hear what she said? Wow, wild times.
Yeah, if you make sure
Wild
if you
times.
go in the summer, make sure you're up on your shots. Speaking of shots, get all your immunizations and everything.
It's a wild explicit. It go down.
the advice.
Yeah.
All right, and we got to talk a little Browns to wrap it up here. Give us one more break, and then we'll get into some Brandon Ayuk rumors.
Yeah, guys, I don't have any more reads left.